Hello and welcome back to my journey through Gran Turismo. So in this video I'm going to attempt to get the win at the WTC 600 at the Red Bull Ring. If you did see my last video, which was episode 22 I think, I did struggle in that race. So yeah, I'm just going to try get the first position. Although, actually, I don't need to because it's not a single race. Right, okay. So, ignore that then. What I will do, though, instead, is just go to the tuning shop. I'm going to put the sports softs back on. So I need to go into the garage first to do that. So put the sports softs on. We're just gonna try get a bit more power. Obviously, do need to remember that we just need to keep the performance points under 600. So could just stick NOS on, which would make it a lot easier, but don't really want to do that. So yeah, I think we'll just stick racing clutch and flywheel on. We've got the racing exhaust manifold, racing silencer, racing air filter and racing intercooler. We have gone back to the sports softs, which in theory should give us a little bit more grip when it's wet, but we will just have to see how that does turn out. So we'll just go back into the championship. So yeah, we can, obviously if this does work, we can swap back to the other settings for the second and third races. So that we're not at a disadvantage for those. So obviously we have got a bit more power now, which should help us down the straights. And I did get that a bit wrong, so I had to just use the car ahead to make sure we got into the corner all right. Not really ideal, but yeah, I'd rather do that when we're against the AI than avoid it and lose a load of time. Just obviously going to be different braking distances now. We're on different tyres. Gran just got squeezed out a little bit into the braking area. Yeah, we're definitely faster exiting the corners. Just need to be extremely careful on those curbs. I did almost lose it there. So yeah, 2 laps in and we're within a couple of seconds, or almost, of the leader. And yeah, so it was Cockabun that won the race when we did the championship the last time. Yeah, I mean, we could only manage 4th last time, and that was after a fair few tries, as mistakes were made. And yeah, we're already into the lead with 2 laps to go. Yeah, it's actually a different car that's gotten into what would be the lead, obviously, if we were in it this time. And it is very quick down the straights, so has caught quite a bit just between those first few corners. And I did make a few mistakes through there which weren't helpful. And yeah, he has actually got the fastest lap, which were a quarter of a second quicker than ours. But yeah, so obviously we did manage to win the race there, and like I said, just with obviously a few small upgrades. So yeah, obviously doing that race again there will have covered the cost of the things that I did have to purchase for this race. So obviously you do just have to move on to the next race again. I'm not obviously going to continue to record this because there's no need, because I've done that in the previous episode. But yeah, as I say, we can now go back in and go to the car settings, go down to the detailed settings, swap back to the softs, and then you'd have to remove the intercooler, air cleaner, silencer and exhaust manifold. Just clutch and flywheel as well, which then puts us back to 59832. So if we just stick the air cleaner on and measure that, no, that's too high. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get away with leaving any of these on. So yeah, the only thing you would be able to do is possibly leave the clutch and flywheel on, which takes it just over, and then you could buy a power restrictor and just drop the percentage down slightly, but I don't think it's worth doing, knowing that you can win these next two races obviously without anything other than the racing softs. So yeah, so that's how you get the first position in race 1 of the World Touring Car 600 without changing too much. So obviously using the same car that we know can win the second 2 races, rather than risking sort of choosing a different car for that one race that then isn't capable of winning the second and third races. So yeah, hopefully that helped. Obviously, if you have watched my previous video first, this will then be helpful if you haven't done the race yet. If you have already done the race and you obviously did struggle to get the win in race 1, again, this is a way for you to be able to do that. It's not exactly necessary, because with it being a championship, it doesn't actually show up as a single race that you've not obviously got the first position in. But yeah, so anyway, just like I say, a bit of insight on the things that you can do just to change things a bit and give yourself an easier race. So yeah, that's all for this episode, and bye for now.